What if events went differently in Disney Pixar's Toy Story? What if Woody had turned evil? Welcome back, my fellow watchers of the multiverse, to another brand new What If episode. And in today's episode, we're finally going to be diving in to Woody being evil. This is the finale. Again, I'm your host, Max Charlebois, aka MissedThePart, and I am super stoked to finally dive into the finale here. It's so interesting seeing the community enjoy these videos, and I do want to give a massive shout out to everybody who supported this series and really wanted me to do this series. I was very motivated to do it. Honestly, I didn't know this would become a trilogy of videos. I kind of just did the first part and I was like, oh, that would be it. And then all of a sudden, I just started seeing all these comments, all these supporters, and I can't thank you guys enough. So fellow watchers out there, thank you guys for supporting me on this fantastic journey. Honestly, I didn't even know that you guys liked, I kind of knew that you guys liked the Toy Story stuff. We kind of, dived into some of those videos previously, but honestly, the support that I saw for this particular series really convinced me to continue this. So again, thank you guys so much, and let's dive into the brand new What If episode. The sky over Andy's house was gray the morning after the fire. Blackened wood still smoldered around the upper corners of the attic windows. Firefighters had swarmed the scene just hours before, dragging soaked insulin and scorched plastic down onto the driveway. Andy stood in the front yard, barefoot, shivering in his pajamas, clenching what was left of Buzz Lightyear's broken body, still cold and silent. He didn't know why he saved it. He just did. Inside, Andy's room was a war zone. Melted figurines, a charted bedroom post, Bo Peep's crook, scorched and bent, had been tossed to the side like a failed torch. The walls were stained with soot, and the toy chest had been cracked open like a coffin, empty now. That night, Andy's mom gently knocked on his door and entered with a box. Her face was soft, nervous. "I found this at the store today," she said. "I know it won't replace what you lost, but maybe it can help." Andy opened the box. Inside was a brand new Woody doll. Its colors were bright. The string on its back was tight and unworn. Its voice was crisp when pulled. "There's a snake in my boot." Andy's hands trembled. His eyes flickered towards the toy, and then towards the shadowed corner of his room. A part of him still hoped this was a dream, but it wasn't. He forced a smile. "Thanks, Mom." Buzz Lightyear laid silent in the attic. Cold, fried circuits, chest plate cracked, but inside him, something still clicked. A faint pulse. A single dialed blinked red in the dark. And then he moved. It wasn't graceful, it wasn't heroic, but Buzz sat up, piece by piece, groaning under his own weight. The last thing he remembered was fire, Woody's voice, a knife, and then nothing. His memory was fragmented, but one thing was clear. Woody was still out there. Location: Andy's room. The new arrival. That night, the new Woody sat on the ledge of the desk, legs dangling, hat slightly tilted. He watched Andy sleep with a kind of programming sincerity, but he was aware of something else in the room. Movement. Buzz stood across the room, silent, watching. "You're not him," Buzz said coldly. The new Woody blinked. "I know. You don't belong here. I was made for Andy, just like you were." Buzz took a step forward. He already had a Woody, one that nearly killed him. I'm not him. Buzz clenched his jaw. Tell that to the toys that were buried. The new Woody looked down. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I was made, but I know I'm here now, and I'm not your enemy. You'll never be my friend, Buzz muttered. The tension cracked between them like static electricity. Then, from above, the attic creaked. Location, the shadows above. Old rafts groaned with age, but this sound wasn't the house shifting. It was deliberate, measured. Something alive moved above the ceiling panels. In the deepest corner of the attic, burned under ruined boxes and scorched insulin, sat a sharp hunched in the dark. Its hat was gone. Its porcelain mask shattered. One arm was warped in cloth strips, the other still jagged metal blade. A chunk of plastic had melted over his eye. This was Woody, the real Woody, the broken one, the damned one. He had not died. He had only watched. He stared through a crack in the ceiling and saw Andy hugging the new Woody, smiling. That smile, so familiar, not meant for him anymore. Woody's own good eye twitched. He whispered, replaced. His voice was still dry, scrapped raw like sandpaper on an old vinyl. He crawled to the edge of the attic like a wounded animal and stared down into the room. Knew Woody was laughing now. Andy was pulling his string. They were bonding. He dug his nail into the wooden floor. They gave him my laugh, my voice. He turned back into the shadows, breathing hard. No, not again. Buzz stood on the porch at sunrise, eyes scanning the horizon. A neighborhood kid rode by on his bike, humming a song. Nothing looked out of place, but Buzz felt it. A presence, a weight in the air. Bo Peep was gone. Ham was gone. Mr. Potato Head gone. And Woody, the real Woody, he was the ghost no one else believed in. Buzz clenched his fists. This ends soon. The new Woody tried to play. He greeted the remaining toys, few as they were, and tried to comfort a shaking Mrs. Potato Head. But no one welcomed him. Even the alien toys stared at him with suspicion. He turned to Buzz. You can't keep treating me like I'm the enemy. Buzz stepped in close. So close the new Woody's smile faltered. You weren't there. You didn't see what I did. He killed them, like they were nothing. He tried to kill Andy. I'm not him. Prove it. Buzz stormed off before the new Woody could respond. But something was watching them. That night, as everyone lay dormant, something moved inside the walls. A figure emerged from behind the old heating vent in Andy's closet. Scarred, limping, eyes burning with purpose, Woody stood there, staring at the new version of himself asleep in a toy hammock beside Andy's bed. A whisper escaped him like smoke. I'll burn it all. The night was thick with silence. Andy's bedroom glowed softly from a Pixar night lamp, shaped new. The new Woody was resting beside Andy's pillow, arms tucked neatly to his side, hat placed perfectly on his head. He looked peaceful, harmless, but across the room, Buzz Lightyear didn't sleep. He stood motionless on the windsill, staring out at the suburban street. His visor was down, his laser was primed, and his thoughts were spiraling. It's too quiet. Suddenly, a soft creak from the closet. Buzz turned fast, his arm shot up, laser blinking red. Nothing moved. Then, scratching. He stepped forward, cautiously. The scratching was faint, but methodical, Like something sharpening metal against wood, Buzz approached the closet door and yanked it open. Nothing. Just clothes, a few boxes, and in the corner, a burned sheriff badge. Buzz's hand trembled. He turned back around and stopped cold. Someone had written on Andy's mirror, "You replaced me." 2 streets over, a neighbor's dog whimpered as it stared at the bushes in its yard. Its tail was between its legs. It could feel the wrongness. Inside the hedges, Woody crouched low, silent, watching. He spent weeks gathering pieces, scavenging from toy bins, constructing sites, dumpsters, bits of flame-proof plastic, toy-grade matchboxes, propane tubes from an abandoned grill. He didn't speak aloud anymore. His mind was fire now. The betrayal wasn't just Andy's, it was everyone's. Buzz left him. The toys tried to kill him, and now they replaced him with a smiling plastic mockery. There was only one thing left to do: burn it all. Location: Andy's house. Buzz's warning. The next morning, Buzz cornered the new Woody in the hallway. "You've got 5 seconds to explain what you're doing," Buzz growled. "I didn't leave Andy's side," new Woody answered, confused. "What are you talking about?" Buzz stepped closer, his jetpack flaring faint sparks. "There's something in the closet." He left a message. "He's back. The real Woody." New Woody shook his head. "That's not possible." "It's more than possible, it's happening. He's stalking us, watching you." "I'm not him," new Woody shouted, voice cracking. "I don't even know where I came from, but I know what I'm not. I'm not a killer." Buzz's hands dropped. His face softened, just for a second. Then he walked away. "You will be, if we don't stop him." Upstairs, the attic door creaked open on its own. Inside, the room was dark. No toys had entered in since the fire, but now it was a graveyard turned workshop. In the center was a rigged mechanism, toy-sized wires, gasoline tubes, a magnifying glass mounted to the window. Woody had built it all. Fire from the sun, scheduled to ignite at the right time. He wasn't just planning to burn the room, he was going to turn it into a furnace. One by one, he placed things into the center of the floor. An old sketchbook of Andy had drawn from him and Buzz, the fabric from Bo Peep's dress, the burned name tag from Rex's foot. He added the new Woody's hat, stolen while the imposters slept. Each item was a symbol. And then, from the rafters, Woody whispered, "Goodbye, partner." Buzz was pacing the carpet when the front door creaked open. A gust of wind hit him, and a shadow stumbled inside. It was Bo Peep. She was cracked, limping, her crook scorched black at the end. Buzz rushed to her. "Bo, you're alive." She nodded weakly. He let me live. Told me to watch. He wanted me to see what he becomes." Buzz looked horrified. Bo Peep continued. "He's been rebuilding, learning. Andy's attic is rigged with explosives. He's going to torch it all. You, me, Andy, and his family." Buzz's chest clicked. "We have to stop him. Then we better move fast." That night, Buzz, Bo Peep, and new Woody formed an alliance. Tension crackled between them, but the mission was clear. Stop Woody before he could set the house ablaze. They led. Traps across the attic door. Strings connected to bells. Toy blocks set to trip. Buzz even outfitted himself with leftover fireworks as backup. But none of them noticed the string of firecrackers already tapped beneath Andy's bed, because Woody had already started the countdown. In the attic, Woody stood at the window, the magnifying glass aimed perfectly. The morning sun was approaching. The fuse had been soaked in oil. He whispered into the shadows, "It's time to burn everything." The morning sun pierced through the attic window. Its rays hit the magnifying glass. Woody mounted everything up. The beam intensified, focused until the first spark ignited on the oily cloth below. Then, like the lightning of a funeral cry, the fire began to spread. First to the wooden floor, then to the paper drawings, then to everything else, the wiring. A chain of tiny firecrackers tapped beneath Andy's bed, cracked to life, shooting sparks under the carpet. The walls groaned as the heat took hold. Smoke crept under the door. Buzz was the first to smell it. He turned just in time to see the rug ignite behind him. "Fire! It started," he shouted. Bo Peep screamed from across the room. The new Woody yanked open the toy chest and began pulling out survivors. Mrs. Potato Head, a trembling alien, a lone soldier doll missing a leg. "We have to get Andy out of here," Buzz yelled. From behind the closet door, they heard a click. It opened, and Woody stepped through the smoke. His body was blackened, his hat gone, his porcelain half-mask shattered completely. What remained was a burnt, skeletal thing, more machine than toy, but his eye still full of fire. "You shouldn't have replaced me," he rasped. Buzz ran at him full force, tackling Woody through the door and into the hallway. The two rolled across the floor, sparks exploding around them as the fire spread. Bo Peep turned to New Woody. "Get Andy out. Go." New Woody nodded and ran towards Andy's bed. Andy was still asleep. In his dream, he saw Buzz and Woody playing together again, happy, laughing. Then smoke entered his lungs. He coughed violently and sat up. The room was orange with flame. "Mom! Dad!" He ran for the door, but the knob was molten hot. "I'm trapped!" Andy screamed. Buzz and Woody were in the full battle. They crashed through the cabinet. Buzz's jetpack ignited, giving him a burst of flight. He tackled Woody into the stairwell, slamming him into the railing. "You don't have to do this," Buzz shouted. "I already did," Woody roared, slamming Buzz down and punched his visor off. Buzz's lights flickered. "You were my friend." "I'm no one's friend," Woody hissed, grabbing a knife from the fallen toy soldier pack. He limped toward Andy's room. The new Woody wrapped a rag around his hand and broke the window. Flames licked the walls. "Andy, climb out," he shouted. Andy hesitated. He couldn't even believe his eyes. The toys were alive. I don't want to leave you. I'm not the Woody you remember," New Woody said. "But I'll make sure he never hurts you again." Andy crawled out the window onto the ledge. Just then, the original Woody burst through the flames, knife raised. "No more fakes." He lunged at the new Woody. Buzz staggered into the room just in time to see new Woody push Andy out, just as the original Woody tackled him to the burning curtains. The fire engulfed them both. "No!" Buzz screamed. He lunged, tried to grab them, but a beam fell, pinning him. He struggled as the smoke rose. From within the flames, he saw new Woody withering, his plastic bubbling. The real Woody stood over him, knife still in hand, but he paused. He looked down at Andy, safe outside, then back at the new Woody, dying, but brave. He looked at Buzz, and the memories rushed back. Andy's laughter, the cowboy hat, the name on his boot, A tear ran down his scorched cheek. I was his favorite toy. He dropped the knife. Buzz shouted, "It's not too late. You can still come back." Woody turned to him, his smile faint, real, for the first time. "No, partner. This is where I belong." And he walked into the flames. Firefighters arrived at the house. It collapsed. Andy was safe. His parents found him screaming on the lawn. The house burned to the ground. In the ashes, Buzz was found barely alive, melted but intact. Andy sits in a new home, quiet. His toys are gone, except for Buzz, resting on a shelf, scarred. His mom enters. I found this." She hands him a sealed box. Andy opens it slowly. Inside, it's a brand new Woody. But he doesn't smile. He stares at it. Then turns to Buzz. Buzz doesn't speak, just looks at the doll with haunted eyes. Outside the window, something shifts in the shadows. A burnt cowboy hat lies in the grass. And that is going to be it for the finale of What If Woody Turned Evil in Disney Pixar's Toy Story. Now, what did you think of the finale? What did you think of new Woody being introduced into the storyline, and also having the original Woody and new Woody fighting it out while the house was burning down? Now, I know it sounds super dark. It's such a super dark storyline. And for this story to be developed, I was like, how are we going to raise that bar just a little bit higher? And I really wanted to try something new. Now, this really does stray away from the original Toy Story trilogy. This is like a horror movie. So this isn't anything that you would really see in the Toy Story universe. It's something new, and I really wanted to explore it. And when I was getting all of these ideas from everybody was kind of like, hey, I think this is where the story should go. I was like, you know what? That would be very interesting. And just seeing the different designs from a lot of the fan art, like from Springtrap, again, big shout out to Springtrap. Thank you so much for doing the Woody artwork that was on Instagram. I was honestly convinced, like, hey, there's a story to be told here, and I really wanted to tell the grand finale. So again, thank you guys so very much. And I do want to say, I want to give a massive shout out to our Patreon members as well as the YouTube community members. The channel continues to grow every day as videos be released, and it's absolutely crazy just to see the amount of support that we're garnering just in the last couple of weeks. It's absolutely crazy. So again, thank you guys so very much. And I do want to say, if you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe, like, share, and turn those notifications on so you and your friends are all up to date with the latest content. But that being said, my fellow watchers of the multiverse, I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a wonderful day. Peace out.